Good morning, children. Welcome to the next session of online class for 10th class physical science, reflection of lighted curved surfaces. We have been discussing about how to draw the ray diagrams and what are the fundamental principles to draw the ray diagrams when the object is placed in front of the concave mirror. In the very previous class, we have learnt about the rules for drawing the ray diagrams for concave mirrors. And we have also learnt experimentally the positions and characteristics of image of an object placed in different positions in front of a concave mirror. Now, let us verify the same results by drawing the ray diagram. Okay, children, so our today's topic is verifying activity by drawing the ray diagrams. So, after drawing the ray diagrams, we will check whether our ray diagram and the characteristics of the image are exactly matching with the experimental results or not. Okay, so these are the experimental results about the position of the image depending upon the position of the object and also the characteristics of the image formed. Okay. This table I have even drawn you in the before previous class, I think. So what are the experimental results? So you see, children, here, if the position of the candle, that means the object is placed beyond C, that means here we have to observe the position of the object on the principal axis in front of the concave mirror on the principal axis at various positions. Whenever the candle is placed on the C, we have different positions on the principal axis. Already we know that the pole is the midpoint of the mirror. In front of the pole, very nearer point is the focal point, that is represented by capital F, and center of curvature, C represents center of curvature. And okay, when the candle is placed or any object is placed at various positions on the principal axis, what will be the position of the image formed? Okay, when the object is placed beyond C, then the position of the image formed will be found between C and F. That means between center of curvature and focal point. Then image is found to be smaller, inverted and real. Whether it is right or not, now we will verify by drawing the diagram for this particular case. When we place the candle beyond C, and we will find whether it is right or not through the diagram. Similarly, in all the cases, when the object is placed at C, we will find the position of the image also at C. And the characteristics are the image will be same sized as that of the object and inverted real. When the object is placed between C and F, the position of the image formed will be beyond C, and the other characteristics of the image will be the image is larger sized than the object and inverted real image. When the object is placed at F, then the position of the image is not actually measured. That means the image is formed at infinite distance, and therefore the other characteristics of the image also will not be predicted. And when the object, last case is when the object is placed between pole and focal point, that means the object is very closer to the concave mirror. Now in such a case, the image is found to be formed inside the mirror, and it will be larger in size than the object and erect and virtual image. So whether these are right or wrong, we will verify by drawing the diagrams. Okay, children. See, children, for a concave mirror whose focal length is known for every case as we have seen in the previous table, let us draw ray diagrams using primary rays R1, R2, R3 and observe the characteristics of image in each case. Okay, so as a part of that, I have drawn here the ray diagrams for case 1 and case 2. Okay, children, observe carefully here. What is the case 1? Case 1, when the object is placed beyond C. Okay, so if you see this diagram, we have the principal axis. All these terms already you know. See, this is the concave mirror. This is the inner surface of the concave mirror, which acts as a reflecting surface. This is the outward surface, painted one. This is the blue color horizontal line indicates the principal axis. And these are the various points on the principal axis. Okay, this P is the midpoint of the mirror, which is also called geometrical center or pole of the mirror. And in front of the concave mirror, upon the principal axis, we have represented F. F is nothing but focal point of the mirror. Okay, and here to here distance is the focal length. So this distance is the focal length of this mirror. Okay, and this is the center of curvature, which is represented with C, center of curvature. And from here to here, total entire distance from P to C, whole distance is the radius of curvature. Okay, all these terms we have already learned in the previous classes. Okay, so now upon this principal axis, when the object is placed at various places, that means beyond C, This actually, this total distance is said to be the beyond C position. Whenever the object is placed here, we can say the beyond C. When the object is placed here upon this dot, then we can say that object is placed at C. When the object is placed here, we can say that the object is placed between F and C. When the object is placed exactly upon F at focal point, or when the object is placed between P and F, pole of the mirror and focal point of the mirror, so in between these two. That means in all these 5 cases, we have to verify the position of the image. Okay, in this diagram, okay, this is the beyond C position, this is at C position, this is between C and F position, this is at F position, and this is the between P and F position. Whole, there are total 5 cases are there. In each and every case, we will study about the position of the image by drawing the particular ray diagram. So here I have shown you the case 1, when the object is beyond C. So as the ray diagram as I have represented here, the candle is placed beyond C position. So this is C and this position is the beyond C position. Here the candle is placed. When the object is placed beyond C, okay, this R1 and R2 are the incident rays which are coming from the tip of the candle. And according to the rule 1 and rule 2, I have drawn their reflected rays also. And these reflected rays, where they meet, actually at the point where they meet, we will get the image of the object. So as per the diagram, these reflected rays are meeting at the point. This point is actually in between C and F. So this is the intersecting point. Hence we will get the image here only. So where do we get the image? Means the image is formed between C and F according to the diagram also. So our experimental results says that when the object is placed beyond C, the image will be formed between F and C. Okay, according to the diagram also, we got the image that is formed between F and C. And it is smaller than the object. The image will be smaller than the object. You can see here the object size is this much and the image size is lesser than the size of the object. Hence we get the smaller image than the object. Okay, it is also true. Next, the image is inverted image. So we can observe that the inverted image is formed here as it is upright down. It is the inverted image and it's the real image. Because it is formed in front of the mirror, we can easily cut this image on the screen. Hence it is the real image. Okay, all the images which we are going to be cut on a paper or on a screen, then that type of images are said to be the real images. I already said this point. Okay, images which can be cut on the screen are called as real image. So this is also a real image which can be cut on the screen. Suppose if you keep any paper or screen in this particular place exactly, then we can find this image of the candle on that paper or screen. Okay, like that we can catch that image. So this is the said to be the real image. So all these characteristics of the image what we have found in the experimental results are same as that of the ray diagram. According to the ray diagram also, we are getting the same results. Now go to the next case 2. When the object is placed at C. Suppose if the object is placed upon the C. See, this is the center of curvature when object is placed at C. That means in the previous case the object is beyond C. Now we have moved this candle just towards the mirror. That means we placed that candle exactly upon the C, center of curvature, exactly on that place. Now what happens to the image? Where do we actually get the image of the object when the object is placed at C? Okay, when the object is at C. Now according to the experimental results, the image is going to be formed at C. The image is also going to be formed at C. The image is same size, inverted image, real image. Okay, see this diagram, whether these all observations are correct or not, we will verify with this. See this diagram. I have shown you 2 rays, incident rays R1 and R2. So R1 is the incident ray number 1, which is coming from the tip of the object and going parallel to the principal axis. As you all know that when incident ray goes parallel to the principal axis, its reflected ray passes through the focal point. Okay, I have shown through the focal point. Reflected rays passing through the focal point. Next, R2, this is the incident ray number 2, which is also coming from the tip of the object and going through the focal point of the mirror. So as it is going to the focal point of the mirror, after reflection, its reflected ray must be passing parallel to the principal axis. Okay, now see where actually these 2 reflected rays are meeting. Okay, this is the point where the 2 reflected rays are meeting. So exactly here only we will get the image of the object. Actually in the previous class I said that where the reflected rays will meet, at that point only, where the reflected rays will be intersecting with each other, at that point only we will get the image of the object. So we will get the image of the object here only. So this is the point that is represented by center of curvature. So here we have to keep in mind that when the object is placed upon center of curvature, then the image of that object will also be formed at the same point, that is upon the center of curvature only. So according to this ray diagram, the image is formed at C. This is right, formed at C. And the image is of same size as that of the object. the image size of the image is equal to the size of the object according to the ray diagram. Now the image is the inverted image. Okay, we got the inverted image only because the reflected rays are meeting at this point, and these reflected rays, corresponding incident rays, are coming from the tip of the object. Hence we have to draw the tip of the object only here. So here we got the inverted image. It is also true. Then this is also a real image, okay, because this image is also formed in front of the concave mirror, so that we can easily catch this image upon a screen or on a paper. So this is also a real image. These are the characteristics of the image when the object is placed at C. So these are also found to be correct. Now we'll go to the next case. See children, in this I have shown you the remaining 3 cases, case 3, case 4 and case 5, and their particular ray diagrams also. See the case number 3. So in case 3, when the object is placed between C and F, that means still the object is moved towards the concave mirror. Slowly we are moving the object towards the mirror. So when the object is between C and F, see here, this is the focal point and this is the center of curvature C, and the object is placed in between F and C. Okay, in the previous case the object is placed at C. Okay, still we have moved this object towards the concave mirror, some closer to the concave mirror. That means object is placed in between C and F. So when the object is placed in between C and F, where do we get the image of the object? See, R1 and R2 are represented here with 2 different colors. R1 is the incident ray number 1, which is coming from the tip of the object and going parallel to the principal axis. And as it is going parallel to the principal axis, its reflected ray will be passing through the focal point of the mirror. Okay, this is the blue line is the reflected ray of the first incident ray. And R2, this is the red color one, is the second incident ray, which is going through the focal point of the mirror. Hence its reflected ray is going parallel to the principal axis. And the 2 reflected rays are meeting at this point. Hence we will get the image of the object at this point only. And as these rays are coming from the tip of the object, we need to draw the tip of the object only here. So we'll get the inverted image. And if you observe the size of the image, it will be slightly larger than the size of the object. So what are the characteristics of the image here? It is formed beyond C. Okay, when the object is placed, OB means here object. When the object is placed between C and F, the corresponding image of that object will be formed beyond C. Okay, we can see beyond C. Beyond C the image is formed here. Okay, this is right. And it's larger than object. The size of the image is larger than the object. Okay, and it's inverted image. This object image is the inverted. So inverted image and it's the real image, because we can even catch this image on a paper or a screen. Hence this image is also said to be the real image. So all the features whatever are mentioned here are exactly matching with the ray diagram. Okay, the ray diagram also proves that these are the characteristics of the image when the object is placed between C and F. So case 3 is also proved. Now go to the next case, that is case number 4. When the object is placed at F, what will be the position of the image when the object is placed at F? Exactly on the focal point. Okay, when the object is placed exactly on the focal point. So to understand the position of the image, we need to draw again 2 rays, incident rays. So R1 and R2 I have represented here with 2 different colors. R1 is the first incident ray, which is coming from the tip of the object and going parallel to the principal axis. So its reflected ray is passed through the focal point of the mirror. Okay. Then I have represented the R2. That means the incident ray which is going through the, when the incident ray is passing through the normal, or it is passing to the center of curvature, then the reflected ray also will be passing the same line but in the opposite direction. So I have represented the reflected ray also upon this line only but in the opposite direction. So now this blue line indicates the reflected ray of the first incident ray, and this red color line is indicating the reflected ray of the second incident ray. Okay, then is there any chance of getting intersecting these 2 reflected rays, children? No, because this reflected rays, both reflected rays are parallel to each other. There is no chance of getting intersected, these 2 reflected rays. We will get the image when the reflected rays are intersecting with each other, then only we will get the image. But according to this diagram, we cannot say that there is a chance of intersecting these 2 parallel rays. So if they meet, if they intersect also, that will be beyond the screen. That may be at infinity distance, they may meet, they may intersect with each other. So therefore at infinity distance only we'll get the image. So that's why here, what is the result here? Formed at infinity distance. The image is going to be formed at infinity distance. So when the object is placed at F. So this is also an important point, children. Everybody, you should remember, when the object is placed exactly at the focal point, then the image is going to be formed at the infinite distance. And when the image is forming at infinite distance, we cannot exactly predict the other features of the image, like size, whether it is inverted or erect or real or virtual, like that. So other characteristics of the image cannot be easily predicted, as it is very far away, as it is formed at infinite distance. We cannot easily predict the remaining characteristics of the image. Okay, students, so this is case number 4. Now case 5, when object is between P and F, that means the object is still moved very closer to the concave mirror. From the focal point to it is still moved very closer to the concave mirror. When it is moved very closer, that means when P and F, the object is placed in between P and F, pole and focal point. In that case, so these are the characteristic features of the image formed. This image is going to be formed beyond the mirror. See, this is the beyond the mirror. This is in front of the mirror. This position is all beyond the mirror. And larger than the object, this image, the size of the image will be more than the object. That means it's larger than the object, erect image and virtual image. So we'll verify it. And the object is placed between P and F. See children, I have shown you two rays here, R1 and R2. R1 is represented with blue color line, and R1 is the first incident ray coming from the tip of the object, and it is parallel to the principal axis, so its reflected ray is passed through the focal point. And another incident ray R2 is the center of the curvature, C. So therefore its reflected ray will also be passing through the same line but in the opposite direction. So again these two reflected rays also parallel to each other, hence they may not intersect with each other because the object is very closer to the mirror. Hence the reflected rays, there is no possibility for the reflected rays to meet at one point, to intersect with each other. There is no actually a chance of getting intersecting with each other. Therefore what we need to do is we need to extend these rays beyond the mirror, behind the mirror. Children, this ray diagram tells us that since the reflected rays are diverging, they are getting apart from each other, they are moving away from each other. As they are diverging, we will not get an image anywhere. So even if we had moved the screen much away from the mirror also, we wouldn't have found the image. In such situations, however, we do see an image when we look in the mirror. Okay, inside the mirror we are able to see the image. When we look into the mirror, we are looking all these diverging reflected rays. They appear to be coming from one point. We can get this point by extending the rays backwards as shown in the figure. When we extend these rays backwards, we will be finding that point from where actually these rays are appear to be coming. The image does not really exist the way we see in other cases, but it is visible to us. It is visible only inside the mirror, and this image cannot be caught on a screen or a paper. You all know already that such type of images which cannot be caught on a paper or screen are called as virtual images. So this image, as it is only can be seen inside the mirror but cannot be caught on a screen, this image is said to be the virtual image, and this image is upright position, hence it is the erect image. And its a size also, you can easily observe that size of the image is larger than the size of the object. Okay, and it is formed beyond the mirror. So whatever the characteristics of image are written here, formed beyond mirror, larger than the object, erect image and virtual image, all of them are found to be correct, and all of them are verified through the ray diagram. Okay, in this particular situation, when the object is placed very near to the mirror, that means in between P and F, the image of that object is going to be formed beyond the mirror. Only in this case, here children, you have to remember, when the object is placed between P and F, the image is going to be formed beyond the mirror. When the image is formed beyond the mirror, and it will be virtual image. Concave mirror can form only in this case only, it can form the virtual image. So this is the most important point, children, remember. So these are all the 5 cases. In all the cases, we have drawn the ray diagrams for each and every case and verified whether the characteristics of the image are said to be matching or not. So all of them are matching. So these are the very, very important ray diagrams. Everybody try to remember and practice more, children, so that you can get good marks. Okay children, thank you for listening. Thank you everyone.